Welcome to another episode of Love Living Local 315. We are your hosts, Scott and Kelly Greats. Today, we are joined by someone who has spent more than 2 decades investing in the young people and families of our community. From leading programs at the City of Utica Youth Bureau to nearly 30 years of coaching basketball, Chet LoConti has dedicated his career to helping others grow both on and off the court. Welcome to the show, Chet.
Thank you. It's an honor to be here, Scott. I appreciate you having me on.
Yeah, I'm excited about the conversation and diving into all that you're doing. There's so much, right? I mean,
it's endless.
I was on the website this morning, and I'm like, "What? Does this guy sleep? Like, or you have a really good team?" And we'll get into that too.
No, that's the team, absolutely.
But over 25 years, or about 25 years, with the City of Utica Youth Bureau, what keeps you excited to show up every day?
The job and what we do, and the kids that get impacted, and the relationships you make, especially with the kids that you hire and the families that are behind it, and just the community I live in, to be able to keep Utica at the top, because people always want to knock it down. And I do. I love what I do, and I love living here, born and raised in Utica, and I'm not going anywhere.
So let's talk about what the Youth Bureau offers for families. I mean, I know there's, like Scott just said, there's a ton of stuff, but if you could just go through quickly some of the programs, the pools, the parks.
Yeah, so we have we created a yearly brochure so that people do know. I took over 5 years ago as the director, department head, and we wanted to make sure that people knew what we had to do. So our programs range from our Dick Miller basketball program. That's one of our long-standing programs. It's been around for 40 years. We have now our after-school program, which there's always been an after-school program at the rec center, but we actually oversee it now. We have our full summer program, which is all our programs are big. We have that rec center that we run. It's an undertaking in its own. But during the summer, we have 3 pools. We have 7 parks that we staff. But there's more parks in the city, but we staff 7. We have a basketball clinic, soccer clinic, tennis clinic, 3-on-3 basketball, and we actually implemented pickleball this year, along with I said tennis clinic because John Mott tennis court is right there at the rec center. It's just widely used, so that's just some of our stuff, you know.
What's changed through the years?
A lot.
What are you most proud of?
Social media has changed these
The good
kids.
and the bad.
Yeah.
Right?
My staff. You know, we've built a staff to combat these things in the city. I don't want to. We also have our swim lessons, our swim program. That's a big one. And as I mentioned, my daughter, she does work for us full time. Francesca LoConti. She's our WSI. She's a rec specialist. She does all our programming, all our social media stuff. So she's grown our swim lesson program again and got our lifeguards excited again. She recruits all our lifeguards. She does all that. Storm Robinson, he's another rec specialist. He does the 2 to 10, or summer hours are earlier, but he does all our basketball stuff. He does help oversee the Dick Miller Basketball League. Our after-school program is huge. Brings a lot of kids there after school, and just a safe place to go for them.
Talk a little bit about how the after-school program has changed since you've started.
Wow. Yeah. So we give the kids a snack every day. We do a dinner a month. We give them really anything they need, clothes, hygiene products. We have a full hygiene closet that we get I mentioned Compassion Coalition. We partner with them. It's pennies on the dollar. It's crazy what a tube of toothpaste and a toothbrush can go for a kid that really doesn't have it. And these kids get it. We put it into their hands. We give them a bag of goodies every week if they need it, and they know to ask us if they need it. Our staff that has worked with us, now we have part-time staff. We have 7 part-timers. And if people don't realize, you know, a part-timer that may need this job, it's good for them also. You know, they come in and they make an impact on these kids too. We have 7 part-timers that work the after-school program.
That's huge.
Yes.
How many students are we talking? I mean, Utica's enormous, right? So, I mean, how many kids are showing up on a daily basis?
So a duplicate number, actually, I just looked at it yesterday just to make sure I had it. 4,517 is what came through that door
Wow.
for the after school program. Obviously duplicated
Sure.
because we've had kids that were there every day. So, I mean, you don't count that kid, but it's 4,500 that came through the door. We had enrolled 468 students who were actually enrolled, but that's not counting kids that came in and grabbed the sheet. We'll let a kid come in and say, hey, listen, bring this back to us. You know, after the third time, they don't bring it back. We say, listen, I can't let you in anymore. Make sure you get this back. Or we'll call a parent and say, hey, listen, can you get this back to us? That was 175 students. So if I do the math quick,
Over 600.
Yeah, over 600 kids were technically enrolled in our after-school program. That program alone, it's just, you see these kids, some just come and hang out, sit down. We have arts and crafts. We have a full game room with 2 Xboxes, which we want to get the newer ones. The kids want the newer one, which is very expensive, but we're leaning towards that this year. Like I said, full game room, arts and crafts, snacks every day. We have soccer, we have basketball, we have volleyball, we have structured programming that goes there every single day. It's not just come in and throw a basketball in the gym, so.
That's awesome.
Yeah, thank you.
So you mentioned 7 part-timers just for that program?
Just for that program alone.
Okay. And the hours are?
So our after-school program, the workers get in at 2 to start setting up, because we have a foosball table, a ping pong table, we have a pool table, we have air hockey. So all those things to unravel that, get the snacks out. The first wave of kids comes in around 2:30, 2:35, and that's from like Donovan, JFK. And then the Proctor kids roll in, just around 2:45. So that program runs from 2:30 to 6 every day.
Okay. How difficult is that with the age range?
I think it'd be more difficult than it was. These kids know when they come in, they're to tote the line. And I tell this to everybody. We heed the hate and we garner the respect for the same reasons. We're consistent. We're not going to let a kid get away with it too much.
And I bet you there's a lot of kids, like older kids, that the younger kids look up to. And there's a lot of friendships that are made there.
A ton.
Yeah.
A ton. These bigger kids know that they see myself and at the time Keith Brown, Storm Robinson, Francesca. They see our staff. They know that we're always looking. We're always making sure they're doing the right thing. And I hate to say it, we do have a suspension policy that we stick to, and you have to. Yeah. And some parents think it might be a little harsh, but I mean, if a kid gets in a fight in our building, they're suspended for an indefinite period of time, and it's happened. In the basketball court, they get upset, and before you know it, fists are thrown, and we've only had a handful because they know that suspension is going to be harsh.
Kids need that. Kids need expectations. They need
Adults
consequences. They need.
Oh, you ain't joking.
Right. And it makes them feel comfortable knowing that they're held accountable for their actions and they're in a safe place.
Yes, absolutely.
Where they can enjoy themselves and have fun, but still have rules that they need to follow. I didn't know if you wanted to share a story of a young person who came through your program that sticks with you, like a feel-good story, or.
Absolutely. I mean, I get chills thinking about it. So I run the Dick Miller Basketball League. We run that league, and it's been around. Actually, Walt Savage, love him to death. He created this Dick Miller program years ago. I just actually got an award in his honor, named to him. He's a staple in our community. So the Dick Miller Michael Harris basketball program, I always coach periodically. And one year we needed an extra coach. This was 6 years ago. This is pre-pandemic. And I had 2 kids that I picked up and dropped off all the time. Well, 3 of them. But the 2 that stick with me, obviously I don't like mentioning names.
Right.
It could have been one day it could have been one street, and then a week later it was another street. Like, they're moving around. So these 2 kids stuck with me for years. Hey, coach, you got $5? Hey, coach, you got this? Hey, coach, can I get help with that? I actually get a little teared up thinking about it because the one texted me last week. He ended up moving to with his grandmother because his parent life wasn't great. And he texted me, he says, Coach, I did it. I said, buddy, you did. Sent me a picture of himself in his cap and gown. And it gave me goosebumps, put tears in my eyes because this kid was one of those kids who just always was just just getting into the wrong things and trying to put them in the right path. Coach, can you pick me up and drop me off? I got a job here. I got a job there. And then the other one, he was back and forth from Rome to Utica. And he also got a full-time job, got his GED, and just text me once in a while, thanks, Coach. They'll text me, Coach, I need 10 for an Uber. And if you looked at my Cash App, it was just like, I'm like, oh, God, what am I doing here? But it's rewarding, either way.
Let's stay there, if you don't mind, because it takes a special person to do what you do, right? You've got to have the administrative piece, the organizational piece, the disciplinary piece, but obviously you got a big heart too, right? So 600 plus kids on an annual basis, a lot of them needing $5 here, $10 there, rides here, rides there. You're like, where do you draw the line? How do you handle all that?
I mean, those two were the two that I, as they got older, I didn't mind. I mean, a little extra cash here and there, but believe me, all these kids that come through the program, it's not like, hey, I need $5 or hey, I need this. We provide them with what they need at the rec center. We really do. And once we took over the after school program, we got, last 2 years, we got a grant from Community Foundation, Olivia Paul. She made sure we were taken care of because they seen what we did. Last year they gave us $20,000. This year we got $15,000 from them, and like I said, the Community Foundation, to be able to do what we do and consistently do it. I mean, I have a budget through the city of Utica, but a lot of those budget lines don't cover this other stuff. So this is a donation account where I'm able to go and get those things: the sneakers, the meals. We give bus passes. I'll even get gift cards for McDonald's or whatever. And I know if a kid needs it, we'll give it to them, not just like free for all and passing them out. So, believe me, it's not like I pass out cash. I don't have that kind of cash to pass out, but
good clarification.
It was those two kids that really, I know, needed it. And I mean, if you help one, it's enough, but I mean, I tried to help two,
Yeah. Let's talk about the donations, because with the city budget, you've got certain line items that are very specific where that money has to be used for this.
Yes.
So how important are donations where it goes into a general fund and you're able at your discretion to do different things that need to be done?
Huge. It's you don't realize how far that goes. Our budget of the city budget is like, I want to say 1.1% of the city budget. It's a drop in the bucket. It's a rice grain in the drop of a 5-gallon bucket. And it's not that they don't provide it to me. It is. It's just like, you have these things, and our building alone, I mean, our repairs budget's $40,000 and we eclipsed that. It's just an older building. So, that money has to go towards that. Our special program money has to go towards special programming, like the Dick Miller stuff or the jerseys and whatnot. So, I mean, you spend down really fast a lot of that stuff, but the donation money, we're able to use it for that, and it never gets touched, and it never goes into a general fund. It stays with us year in and year out.
Even like other donations, like here I'm sitting and thinking, like, as a parent, you have kids that outgrow really nice clothing or toys, or you were just talking about an Xbox. Like, can people bring donations to you, to the rec center?
Absolutely.
Okay.
We love donations.
Good.
I say lightly used.
Well, yeah.
To new stuff like clothes and sneakers. And I mean, I had a guy drop off a bag of sneakers that went like that. They were gone.
Sure.
They were gone. And these kids, like some of them were Jordans, and they went so fast. And actually, too, we partner with Backyard Hope, Danielle Padula. All that stuff. She gives us stuff all the time. Right now it's slower because it's the summer stuff. So we have all the pools and the parks, but absolutely, please. We always look for donations, snacks, even gift cards. I mean, if somebody doesn't want to go buy, if they say, hey, I'm not going to go get a BJ's gift card, or I'm going to go get a Price Chopper gift card. We give every Wednesday, we do ramen noodles for the kids. It's crazy. Every Monday we did cereal, so we did something each week, those two, and then snacks every single day. So, ramen noodle.
I would imagine not office supplies, but school supplies.
Oh, school supplies, absolutely.
I mean, not only for school, but then, they're doing work there as well.
Or arts and crafts and stuff,
arts
too.
And crafts
like
stuff.
Any of the programming that they do at the center. Yep.
So glue. It's crazy. Glue and activator for slime. We do slime every Thursday.
Yeah,
You'd be
I remember
surprised.
all that.
Our listen, this is 13, 14, 15-year-old kids.
Mm-hmm.
The 17, 18-year-olds, 18-year-olds are like, oh, it's Thursday. We're doing slime.
Yeah.
And I got to buy gallons of glue
Yep.
and so that it lasts, so that way they can do the slime on Thursdays.
Yep.
Yeah, it's wild.
Yeah.
You mentioned obviously a couple of kids, but how important is it for you to kind of handpick or have an eye for kids that go through the program who may want to work with you in their adult years?
So it's all of them. So we do partner also with workforce development. It's a at-risk income-based program that hires kids 14 and up, and they place them. You can say, hey, I want 2 kids at work. I need 2 workers. Workforce will provide them. They'll pay for them, and they'll put them at a site. So we have kids at sites also now, along with our workers, and we also have them at the rec center during the after-school program. We'll hire 7 or 8. And the ice skating rink, which was open this year, we hired 12 there through workforce development. They paid for them, and it gave these kids an opportunity to get cash in their pocket, money for school. And also some of those kids in turn worked for the ice skating or the after school program, now work for us in the summer, so.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah. So let's talk about you're a father as well. I'm sure that plays a huge part, being a father and
Yeah.
also running the program. How do these father, coach, running the program, how do all of those roles interlap with one another?
Oh, it's crazy how that's a great question, because as a father figure, I have 2 kids. My son,
Mhm.
Vinny, who's 29, Vinny LoConti, he runs his own business. He works for the city, for DPW. He does multiple things, and he's like a jack of all trades. Coaching him, being part of his life, just being a dad, being a coach, now being a mentor. Now he's 29 years old. I can go out and have a drink with him. Even my daughter, she's 24. She works for us. I attribute obviously a lot to my wife, Jess. Without the mom, it doesn't work. But being a father, now seeing these kids that don't have a father,
Exactly.
you just try to bridge that gap with them, through coaching, through whatever. And again, like I said, I've coached also in our league, and those stories, you kind of become a father figure to those kids, and that stays with them and it stays with me. I mean, it helps my mental health too.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah, absolutely.
One of my favorite quotes is "Those that give always have."
Right.
And to do what you do, you've got to put others ahead of yourself, and you got to understand it's not about you.
Right.
So I'm sure there's a lot of reminders there. Mentoring programs, like, do you get alumni that come back and volunteer or donate some of their time to mentor?
Yes and no. I mean, I get these. I mean, people have lives too.
Sure.
Our program is like dead smack in the middle of a work day, really.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's our work day. So we get these kids that do, like I get Utica college kids, or, kids that work for me. Oh, coach, what can I do? Or, what can we do to help out? And they'll come down. I mean, I've had the nurses from MVCC come, Coop from Hamilton College. They come and do a tutoring thing, Voice of the Voiceless, bunch of groups. It's not just us. So we
Right.
partner with a bunch of agencies that come into our after school program to help us with those things. Because I'll tell you what, if I sit down with a kid and he opens his math book, I'm going to look at that and I'm going to look for somebody to
Yeah,
help
you and me
me
both, yeah.
help them. Believe me.
I became useless for homework duty once the kids got to about 3rd grade.
Oh yeah, it's terrible. It's crazy.
Tagged mom in.
Yeah, that was rough. And it's a great opportunity for some of our school age kids that need volunteer hours for like National Honor Society
do a
or
ton.
certain things like that. Even
Yeah.
Kiwanis, like K Kids, and the opportunity is there to go in and make a difference. And even if you can go in like 1 day a week for a couple of hours,
Yeah.
like that would be huge.
ROTC, we do a lot with ROTC. They do yes, like you said, their hours for the government class.
Yeah.
We do that every year. I mean, every single year I got 10, 15 kids that come in and work Dick Miller, work the after school program. Some of them just, if they, being a janitor and helping pick up, around the rec center. Yeah.
Let's talk hoops on and off the court. 29 years as a coach.
Yep.
Which is pretty wild. Right out of high school. That has to be, if I'm doing the math right.
So I was 19.
Yeah.
And that's when my son was born. I was 19. My wife was 20. So the story is my brother Danny, who's 44, just turned 44. No, 45. He just turned 45. He played Our Lady of Lourdes basketball. The coach at the time, which was my coach, Mr. Luby, his wife had a baby. I called up Mr. Curley, God rest his soul, who was a coach at Notre Dame for years. I said, hey, my brother came to me. He's like, we don't have a coach. They're not having a team. So I called him up. I'm like, all right, let's figure it out. And I played, I was into it. So he's like, all right, Chet, let's do this. So I started coaching that team, coached both my brothers, Danny and Joey. My son didn't end up playing Lords. My son was more of a football player, but I continued to coach all the way through. And we ended up naming the one league Michael Harris after Michael Harris, who was a good friend of mine who lost his life to gun violence. And he wasn't into gun violence. He got brutally murdered because of it. But we named the league after him, but it was still the CYO, Catholic Youth Organization League. And my coaching passion just never ended from there. And obviously working for the Youth Bureau with Dick Miller, I started AAU with my daughter, coached her right all the way through. And then I wanted to stop coaching, but then I got dragged back in when she was in high school. Gabe Coffey, who's the coach at MV now, I went for that job. She got it. I congratulated her. She called me up and said, hey, I want you to be on the staff. I'm like, I just want to watch now. She's like, no, I need you on the staff. It was during the pandemic. So I went on, coached there with her for 2 years. She left there, got the job at MVCC, and my daughter committed to Herkimer at the time. So she gets a job at MVCC. She calls me up. She's like, I got the job. I'm like, oh, congratulations. I go, what are we going to do now? She's like, I want to talk to you. So I went and met her. We went and had dinner at One Jenny, sat down. She's like, hopefully when Fran's done, you can come over. I want you to help recruit, do all this stuff. I need you. I'm like, I just want to watch now. Went home, told my wife. She's like, don't say anything to your daughter because then she might want to go to MV. I'm like, I'm not going to say nothing. I go, eventually maybe I'll coach there. Next morning, my daughter walks down. She goes, Coach got the job at MV. I go, I know. And I just looked at her. She's like, what should I do? I'm like, I can't make that decision. You have to make that decision. Mm-hmm. This was on a Thursday. MV's classes started already. She was enrolled by that Monday at MV. Mm-hmm. I was the assistant coach for 2 years. And it just got hard with my job. I took over as director. I wanted to build those programs. I wanted to give my heart to one thing, not to both. So I coached with Gabe for 2 years. She wanted me to stay, and I would have loved to stay. And I loved the recruiting of it and doing that. I still coach AU basketball. We still have an AU team through Savage, Matt St. Croix's group. Me and my daughter coach together, so we do travel basketball with that. It's just a passion. I do training. If a kid needs, a training, and I don't charge for it. Kid needs help, I'm training them at the rec center.
Don't advertise that, Chet.
Too late.
Don't give out your phone number.
I just cringed a little bit when you said that. Very thoughtful. But.
Yeah.
Let's talk about our community. And, we talked a little bit about this, that there's always people out there that are bashing Utica and saying that, terrible place. What makes Utica a great place for kids?
The people in our community. They don't realize that the people that do want to donate and give back for the right reasons, not for Facebook clicks or Facebook likes or videos on Facebook because, oh, look what I did. I just gave this kid this or I just gave this kid that. We do it more or less to spread the awareness of what we do, and it's available because you can't knock on a door. People see a Facebook post of us giving some kid a pair of sneakers and, Community Foundation – not that they want that, but, you post it out there to show where we got the money from to do that.
Right.
And just our community coming together, the diversity and the culture in our community is endless. The people from the Italian population to the Bosnian population, to the African, Somalian population. I mean, there are good groups of people in this community, and our community thrives on the culture and the warmth that people want to do things, just giving back to us. That's the biggest thing of this community that I love. I really do.
And I feel like so many people grew up here, and stay here. They may leave for a little while, but
Right.
like we did, and we came back and wanted to raise our children here. And truly, what you can do as a person is give back to the youth of the community because they're our future.
Absolutely.
You know?
Absolutely. So I'm going to give a quick little story too. Keith Brown worked for me. Keith was handpicked. Keith worked part-time for years. The director left. I took over. We needed help. I needed somebody to step in. So I handpicked Keith. Hired him as a full-timer. He was a rec specialist. He obviously left to pursue his passion, but he still does part-time stuff for us. He helps with the basketball program, everything. Every program we run, Keith helps with. I needed somebody to fill in a couple weekends ago at the rec center. Keith did it. Hey, Keith, go to the soccer field. And he also helps us with our social media stuff. And then when Keith left, I also handpicked another gentleman, Storm Robinson. Storm was at one time the site director for the Boys and Girls Club at the rec center for when they did the after-school program. He left, went to North Carolina, I want to say for 10 years. Storm came back. After Keith left, I called him up. I said, hey, I need you. He's like, what's going on? He was working at Walmart at the time. And now he's our other rec specialist. Like I said, I mentioned him. And he does a great job there. And he's also a kid that came back to his community. And now he runs his AAU program in collaboration with us. He has, I want to say 60 kids in that program, and through MUNCP and Hilda Jordan, they completely funded the whole program through the RISE grant. All those kids get everything paid for.
That's awesome.
Yes.
Yeah. So if someone is listening and has never connected with the Youth Bureau, what's the first step they should take?
Come see us. Come see us at the rec center. We have a brochure. They can follow us on Facebook and Instagram, City of Utica Youth Bureau on Facebook. For our small city, we got 3,000 followers. We get a ton of feedback on that. We post everything on there. That's our platform. We have a full summer brochure. They can contact us at 315-223-4320. Come down and see us. Also want to mention Janine Johnson. She's been with me for 19 years now. Janine is our mother of the group. She's
Every group needs one.
Yeah, she's my assistant, and she's the next in charge. And I don't know what I would do without her. I got her 19 years ago, and she's now talking about her retirement life, and I hate to even think about it because it's coming, and I don't want it to. But Janine's a staple to us at the Youth Bureau. Just wanted to mention that also.
All right, that's fast 30 minutes.
Yeah,
we end with some rapid fire questions.
Yep.
Some easier than others.
You want me to go first?
Ready to
read
go.
them, so let's see how we did.
You didn't read them?
Go
I
ahead.
did. One gym you've spent the most hours in?
Like basketball gym?
Any gym.
So the rec center.
Yep.
And then
tell everybody where that is, just in case they don't
220
know.
Memorial Parkway.
Okay.
Thousands of hours in that gym.
Yep.
And then Our Lady of Lourdes gym too, because I coached there for 17 years. The little pit down there.
Oh, I remember the pit.
We
I
watched a lot
played
of
there.
games
I coached high
I
schoolers
played
in
there.
that
My
gym.
kids played there.
7 championships at Our Lady of Lourdes.
Yeah.
All right, Coach. Defense or offense?
Defense turns into offense. Transition basketball is what wins a game.
One word that describes Utica.
Culture.
This is a bad question because I know the answer. But biggest smile, winning a game or seeing a former player succeed?
Seeing a former player succeed.
That was a layup.
Nice. A
Pun
little
intended.
easy one.
Yeah. All right. Finish this sentence. Every kid deserves.
A chance.
And you give it to him.
Yeah, for
Yes,
sure.
So,
I try.
yeah, kudos to you and your team and all
Yes.
the great work you've been doing for a long time and continue to do. Chet LoConti, the City of Utica Youth Bureau. Appreciate you, my friend.
Thank you
Thank
for
you.
having me. It's an honor to be sitting in this chair talking to you guys. I thank you very much. It means a lot.